First class to Madrid? No, I'm not going first class. I think it's like 2,500 to upgrade to first class right now. I think it was 1,600 at some point, but your boy is not flying first. Damn, wait. Oh yeah, Ben's going first though. Is there a video of your reaction to round 11? I don't think they were recording it. That's it. Easy. That's it. Just put it on the business card. Chat. You guys are putting 2,500 for 8-hour flight? 9-hour flight? The way I'm thinking of it, I'm like, I'll tank the 8-hour flight and I'll use that 2,500 for something else. Essential sleep? Nah. It would be different if I was playing. Maybe if I was playing, but I don't technically, like I'm not playing, so I'm not like, I don't have to be on that peak performance level, you know? Your boy's responsible. I'll be there and I'll be good energy regardless. What's good, fourth wise man? Easy for Ben because he didn't pay. True. Dude sang a putt in clutch fucking moments.
Oh wow. So close. Thieves take the first.
I almost spent 600 for the upgrade on the flight out of Saudi. It was only 600 for you guys? Oh, to Amsterdam? But still, it was only 600? Bro, if it was 600, I would be insta buying that shit. But for Madrid, it was... I realized it was like 1,800, but now I think it's like 2,500.
It's obviously the route that he took off the rip that was able to win it. So catching OpTic off guard.
When you flew to Asia, it was well worth it? Yeah, so I would say if it was over 10 hours or something, I would maybe think about it. But something like an 8-hour flight, I'm gonna just tank that shit. For 2,500, I'm tanking it.
I stun check. I don't know if it hits Shotzi. He's going forward, so no, they managed to dodge it. Ghosty though gets a little bit of intel on the first. Watching there for anybody else as the rest of the thieves now make their way forward.
Some of the timings were insane in this map, by the way, chat.
For an office bang out, a minute to play. That's a problem with that hiding spot. Traded though. OpTic, what decision you guys want to make? Maybe they're gonna try to hunt down Hydra, who is
Movies, shows, how are you gonna waste time? I don't know, we'll see. Probably some movies or something. Or some shows. Yo, wait, chat. Oh, I was thinking about getting a Switch, but the Switch 2 just got, like, announced. So I might as well just wait for the Switch 2 if I'm gonna do that. ROD review? Yeah, I guess I could do ROD review. Yeah, just wait. That's what I'm thinking too. Ben, who's gonna win the Stanley Cup? He already knows it's gonna be a Devil's Stanley Cup for this year, so you don't really have to ask him. I like that. I like that, Ben. It's a great answer.
And their strat calls have been on point, so whatever they're flowing with, I mean, you gotta trust them in these moments, playing with all the confidence and great calls the whole way around, both the attacking.
Wait, do you actually have money on it, Ben? No way. I would never bet on the Rangers to win. You do? Hey, I tipped that. I would never bet on the Rangers to win. That is tippable. Steam Deck pretty good if you're interested. Yeah, so I've had that conversation with some people. But what do you guys think, chat? Steam Deck or Switch 2? Which would you get if you had the choice? I gotta do like a pros and cons thing or something. Steam Deck? Wow. I was not thinking about that. But dude, aren't the Nintendo games fucking insane? Some of the games? Switch if you generally join Nintendo games, Steam / Asus for anything else. So everyone started saying Steam Deck and now everyone's saying Switch 2. Jesus, bro.
hell of a gunfight win, but not good enough.
Yeah, PC get the Switch.
Thieves on point.
I'll have to make this decision. You guys aren't making it a lot easier for me, fortunately.
Well, he gets the dope.
I was already torn, and now I'm even more torn.
Yeah, that was a ridiculous fight against Envoy. I think he had the slasher class on from yesterday. He died in about 2 bullets. Sorry, Austin, you caught us straight there, mate.
JP got that bread, get both. That is not happening.
One, a thing of the past, but not a thing of the past. History made.
Yeah, I'll do the pros and cons, Chad. I'll do the pros and cons. You know how it is.
Tremendous synergy here and cohesion and trust there from the LA Thieves. That is a team. Everyone's got something to say and everyone listens. I mean, these guys are coming out with passion in the comms. I mean, only the Falcons seem to be outdoing with the level of intensity they're bringing. So love to see it if you're an LA Thieves fan. And if you're Optic, you're absolutely concerned. Now, good news from
The flight money you're saving can go towards both. Very good point. But I feel like that's a faded investment, though, to get both.
Yep, here we go. 2 players through you.
Because I'm not going to be... Dude, I'm literally only going to be using it for flights. That's the problem. Like, I'm not really going to... I don't really play too many console games, like, at home and shit. So it would literally be just for flights. Are you blacklisted? Chat, we still don't know. Still waiting on a GA chat response, rep chat response. So we'll see. Chat, if I do stream tomorrow, we're still supposed to be playing Carolina and LAT. If not, that means we're probably been blacklisted. So we'll take it day by day.
For once from LA Thieves, not perfect. Retake not quite there. Dashy in this round delivers. Oh yeah. And again, the synergy between he and Hook.
If not, the JP's in Frisco jail, tough scenes. Well, downtown jail, not Frisco jail right now, technically.
OpTic's starting to get animated. We can't see much of Hook's mouth because of the angle at which his camera and he sits. He is spitting.
Where's the warning for it, though? Like, it's his first accusation. I don't think there's any more warnings for that type of stuff. If it does end up being ruled as a snake. Your boy is pleading the fifth, though. I'm not the one that needs to be making the decision. Just read a book on the flight. I will probably end up doing that for part of it. But I don't know if I could read a book for 8 hours straight or 9 hours straight.
Maybe wait for a pick to come through on the flank as well. Hook is taking the wet flank through. So he's in just an interesting spot. If this B plane ever goes down, well, he'd be in the great.
Thought you guys weren't going to stream skins last week before the major? I didn't even think about that. But yeah, maybe you're right. I think we're going to talk about it. Is this week the last week of seeding or next week? No, next week we have 3 days of matches. Oh, we only play on Sunday, but there's 3 days of matches next week.
Also taken to task. What a setup there from the LA Thieves. Bit of bad luck. I mean, a little bit of magic.
Have you been to Europe before? Yes. I've been to Paris. I've been to a few parts of Italy, and I've been to the UK for CWL London and CDL London. The BO4 event and the MW 2019 event. Those are the times I've been to Europe. Everywhere else I haven't been to, though. I like to go to some other places, though, in Europe, for sure. First time going to Spain, though, which is cool. What team were you with when you went to CWL London? I was working for MLG, so I was working at the back-end production. So I wasn't working for a team. I was just at the event working on the back end.
A word we've heard many times in COD history.
And CDL London, I was working for New York. First year of CDL.
Managed to get rid of Dashi, and now immediately over to the bomb site. Ghosty with a detonate, but Ghosty being pressured now. A bomb, oh dear, seems to be the target.
Submar's the first team you ever worked for? Yes. With Javid? No, Javid, I worked with Javid in Vanguard. But it was just me and Revan during MW2, or MW1, or MW fucking 2019. We need a story how you became Optic coach. I mean, my contract with New York just ended, and I was a free agent, and Astro DM me, hit me up, and the rest was history.
But it doesn't matter, bruv. Thieves. Another masterclass here in search and destroy.
Have you worked with Sender? No, unfortunately we never actually crossed paths. Like as soon as he was on Optic and then moved to NYSL, and I was on NYSL and moved to Optic in that same off season. So I never have gotten to work with him, unfortunately. Funny enough though, we actually grew up probably like 20-25 minutes from each other. I would say like 25 minutes from each other.
Dominance in S&D on red card the reads to get the first bloods, especially on Shotzi, pretty on point here on Hasi. I mean, it's just they can do no wrong.
Can you explain what your role is as a coach? I get this question a lot, but kind of the same as any other coach. I would say I'd use a little bit more analytic based stuff to help me out, but you know, seeing what we're weak at, seeing what we're strong at, what can we do to keep things that we're strong at consistent? What can we improve that other teams are doing in things that we're doing poorly? You know, what areas we need to work on regardless, what maps we need to work on, what situations we need to improve on those maps. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. A lot of VOD preparation, like preparing for teams, preparing for what they might do. Again, seeing a biggest thing is like seeing what we're currently weak on and how we can improve it based on what other teams are doing well on that map that we aren't.
There to drop him, but a long way to go. Big mountain to climb right now for the green wall. They're all about their business, but less than confident looks on their faces. They know how big this deficit is. One round at a time is the only way to go about that. 3-1 split. Shotzi the Island Man.
Lock in this is the best comeback of the season. I mean, so far it probably is, right? It has to be 5-1 comeback. There hasn't been a full sale this year. I don't think there's been a big hardpoint comeback like this. That would be, or sorry, that would be the equivalent to this.
Playing for the retakes again is LA Thieves. They did this once to try to retake the A site, and it was unsuccessful. Now they're gonna have to retake.
Yeah, no problem. There's Wayne.
On the minimap, Shotzi sitting at 2 and 6. He's gonna be the island player, so he'll be late here for the impact. The RC car early on to do nothing.
C9 was blacklisted for a day, but they were still playing against Omit, so it wouldn't be fair in my opinion if you guys get blacklisted. I mean, if we were blacklisted, I would assume some of the days we would still be playing amateur teams as well. I think the big thing that I would like to see is if teams would actually chalk. Also, chat, I talked about this in the analysis before, but I didn't realize how close that bomb was to getting defused, honestly. Because I was watching Brandon's POV and he was speculating, who was it? Who was the other guy alive? Was it Ken alive? Yeah, he was spectating Ken, so I actually didn't see how close this shit was. But I would like to see if teams actually chalk our sets to play amateurs instead, because there's no other team that's open. I want to see if teams stick to their word or what the fuck happens in that sense. What's happening with control? I talked about it before when we were talking about control. Miscommunications, misfills. Obviously, I think personally, me and Damon were talking about it. I think we could have stacked when obviously everyone wanted us to stack in the round 1. But the way that the round was going, Ant was assuming something else was going to be done on the map for him to be able to do that. So yeah, that's obviously we've talked about it, and we will be talking about it in 10 minutes. I gotta go because we're talking about it with each other.
Now everyone from the Thieves has to back up. We can't be taking these fights. We don't want to be throwing any more bodies. There are 2 players by B, 1 man over by A, and Dashi roaming around upstairs. A watchful eye right now for a man advantage. We talk about these game 5s. It's for the big time players and the big time plays. You had Shotzi was just 2 and 6. Well, he's already.
What changes need to be made for search efficiency? I think obviously we made good adjustments, but it did take us until 1-5 down to make those adjustments. I still think making the adjustments was good as fuck. I think it's more so the mid-round adjustments, like the communications that we have. I think Ken talked about it in the interview, but we also talked about it afterwards. But I think communication wise, we could be better in search, like mid-round. So again, we're gonna be talking about it with comms and like watching back our comms today. That's why I have to go in like 10 minutes. Even the off day, you guys are talking to each other. Yeah, we just figured that'd be a good day to talk about it just because we have the day off, and I don't know, instead of having to get on early on Tuesday, we could just take some time on that day. The boys allowed to play ace if you get blacklisted? I think so. I think it's only scrims that you're blacklisted from. There's no dashy POV. I checked already. Sometimes the observers feeds get uploaded, but unfortunately on that specific play, I mean, there's a 1 in 4 chance that he's being watched, and he wasn't being watched. So it was like one of our other players that was being watched during the time. So there is no dashy POV. We're not blacklisted yet. We're waiting for a decision to be made by the rep chat about the possibility of Brandon snaking.
And now it's round 11. And shout out to the broken scoreboard. I think that is an 8 spree now from Shotzi. From 2 and 6 to 9 and 6. A quick math will give him 7 in a row. From down.
Sib snaking is worse because he was doing it on Money Hill. Well, again, are we talking about if they're doing the action, or if they're doing it in a pivotal moment, or if they're doing it in a Money Hill? Like, what are we, you know, how are we judging this? That's the whole problem with the whole GA thing, is like, are we taking context into account of it? What if someone, you know, if someone next week snakes, like let's say we get blacklisted for a couple days or a week or whatever. If someone snakes on insane heady to win the game at a major, is that also 1 week? Like how are we, I mean, you know what I'm saying? How are we judging this? I already broke down this round 11, but actually I'll post it on YouTube. I don't want to have to completely break it down again, unfortunately. So if you missed it, I'm sorry, but I will be uploading the full reaction of that to YouTube. I did this earlier in the stream. The nade, yeah, the nade was planned. Looking at it back at the first time, I was like, was he planning on doing it? He said it was planned. I think I understand now that he saw the stun and knew that they were going to chow him, or at least one of the guys was going to chow him. I understand it now. But I was watching Brandon's POV the whole time during the search.
Here come the nades. And here comes the tactical retreat once again, but it's Dashy trying to pick up the pinch. Big Bruce, how many can you get?
Theater mode does not work in private matches, chat.
The battle continues, but it all comes down to Kenny. Kenny in the 1v2. And they're taking the fight to him. They're bringing this bomb over towards his side.
Bruce getting one there was huge. Oh, it was massive.
There's one. Kenny, what a win.
We were so hyped after this. We were so loud. We were surprised that the watch party didn't hear us because we were so loud in that room. But apparently Seth told him to turn it up, like the volume beforehand. How do you decide which POV to watch? Well, I can only watch people at the end. So like respawns, usually I'll watch Ken or Brandon, or well, technically I can only watch either of them. But I'll like take turns. I'll either watch Ken or I'll either watch Brandon. So sometimes I'll be watching Ken for a surge. Sometimes I'll be watching him for respawn. Sometimes I'll watch Brandon for a surge. Sometimes I'll watch him for respawn. Those are the only PVs technically I can watch live because they're on the ends of the tables.
Let's get it.